Hi, sweet friends, and welcome to this week's vlog. Let's spend this very cold winter week together. The last piece of winter prep was moving my plants, and I did. I moved them. Now, this one over here is full of ants, and I am not going to sacrifice all of my plants for one, so I just put him back. He'll die. Hopefully the ants will die. I'm not going to bring him with the good plants and then the ants move into those pots as well. So that's going to have to stay there. Everything else over here, I moved. Some of my succulents I didn't move because, well, they're a dime a dozen. They repot, and I'm just not going to mess with them. I don't really have room to put them under the blanket, and so I'm not. This one I put over here by itself, I can throw one blanket over it. It's really pokey and itchy. And so it can be by itself. Ran out of room, so I stuck that one in there. At least nothing will get on it. If it freezes, well, they're easy to repot as well. The bulk of all of my plants, they're tucked in away in the back. So Monday afternoon, I will throw some blankets over these and hope to save them. They'll die back and they'll come back better than ever. They always do. I don't think I'm going to move it. It'll die back and come back. This one probably won't move. I mean, they're a dime a dozen as well. And over here in my junk garden, these, well, they can just die. They're just clippings anyway. You just clip them off and reinsert them into the new pot. And I'll move that little ivy. It looks like it's struggling. That is it for our winter prep. It's supposed to get really cold, may even snow here, who knows. But my pipes are done. They're insulated. My water well's insulated. My plants are gathered up so I can cover them. And other than that, there's not much else to do. These plants have been staying inside. So my ponytail palm, it has gotten huge. If you remember, I got that from the church. It had gotten left behind in the sanctuary after a funeral. I brought it home, saved it because it was almost dead, and it is huge. Getting huge. It's a lot bigger now than it was. I have my mom's peace lily from her funeral, and then this pencil cactus. So they have already been inside, and they're going to stay inside. This morning for breakfast, I immediately spilled my whole cup of Coke. So I had to move things around, get everything off the counter, get everything cleaned up, all my books, you know, everything. So let's get it all put back together. Before I start putting everything back together, I've had questions about my counter. So my house is old. It's 1946. And the cabinets or the counters were not in great shape. And they were pink and white and not, you know, an aesthetic for these days. So I painted them with a paint specific for countertops, and they've done all right. You know, they look pretty good, but on top of it, I used this Easy Liner Clear Classic. This is what y'all see in the videos, this pattern. I know some people have asked over the years. That's what it is. It's this Sunday video I shared with y'all that I had purchased groceries, and in that haul was some ribeyes. So I have them here. I'm going to cook one for supper, and then I'm going to use my food saver and package up the other 3. My seasonings are all clumped up and gross. I don't see how they do it, but they end up in one big whole piece. And they come out like crap. How do y'all keep y'all seasonings for clumping up? Like, I probably need to throw them all away and start over again. But if I do, they're just going to clump up again. I don't know. I don't get it. Quick and easy. Sealed up. Vacuumed. I'm going to put them in the fridge because I'm probably going to eat them over the next week. I got one here to cook now. I do use my food saver quite a bit to portion out my meat. My plate. I got my ribeye. Some coleslaw. We had a company lunch the other day, and apparently a lot of people don't like coleslaw, so there was a bunch of coleslaw left over, so I brought home a couple of containers. Wanted to share these potatoes with y'all. These were in my last HEB haul, grocery haul that is, and You throw the whole bag in the microwave for 7 to 9 minutes. You don't open it, you don't do anything, and they cook. Beef-sized yellow potatoes for $3. They're perfect. Here's what they look like in the bag. Here's my supper all plated up. A nice ribeye, potatoes with some butter and sour cream and cheese, my coleslaw, and some scratch made from the grocery store cheddar cheese and jalapeno bread. I wanted to share with y'all this little lid, if you will, this cover. This is a tomato lid, and it just fits right over the top of that, and it like makes a seal. Let me see. I'm literally holding it by the lid. It is so cool. I have these in several different sizes. I thrifted them. They're so cool. I love those. It's getting so cold outside. Ah. I was in shorts and sandals when I was showing y'all I was putting all the plants up close to the house. It is like 53 degrees right now. And by the time we wake up in the morning, it's going to be in the 30s. Like 34 degrees. The wind is really going. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Anyway, it's windy. It's getting cold. And it's going to get colder and colder between now and Wednesday. It's a super cold Sunday morning. 34 degrees. I'm not going to go to church today like I usually do. I'm going to find something else to get into today. Man, the wind is out of the... Feels like the wind's out of the west today. We usually don't get a westerly wind. It's usually southeast or north. I feel like it's coming out of the west. For my Sunday morning breakfast, I fried 2 eggs and I made 2 pieces of jalapeno cheese bread with avocado and some everything bagel seasoning on top. I haven't been working on much today, but I did want to get this tended to. I wanted to put my brand new Minnie Mouse suitcase inside my larger suitcase. And a while back at Ollie's, I purchased this luggage scale. So I'm going to put that in the suitcase, and then I have this little thank you bag. It is the perfect size for a snack bag on the trip. Like if you're in the back seat and you're the snack hander outer, perfect bag for that. And so I just want to get everything put into this bigger purple luggage so that I have it all in one place when I get ready to pack. A couple of other things that I just keep in the suitcase are the keys to the locks for the suitcases and these little RFID credit card holders. These are perfect if you're going to be, you know, traveling, to put your cards in here so that nobody can scan your, you know, purse or whatever. I also keep these nice N95 masks in here. I always put one in my purse when I'm traveling. The worst thing that could happen is to get on a plane, be stuck in the seat next to somebody that is coughing and choking for hours, and you're closed up next to them. So I always want to have a mask in my suitcase, in my carry-on rather. But it's easy to keep them stored in here, if that makes sense, right? I can just keep them in here. I have them when I travel, and I can just put one in my purse. These, whew, I do not want to get stuck next to someone coughing and sneezing and all the things over me on a flight where you can't escape. In here, guys, now we're going to see if she's going to close up. Oh, yeah, perfect fit. Perfectly. Has everything that I need when I get ready to start packing that has to do with luggage, you know, plane travel. It's all right there. It's all contained. I don't have to try to remember to go look somewhere else. Today is holding on about 46. The winds, though, the winds are really making it feel a lot colder than it is. I ran up in the attic and got my bag full of plant blankets. So I want to get all the plants covered up. At least it'll give them a fighting chance to survive. Got the first blanket on, got it tucked in underneath the edge of the plants. Now I have one more blanket for some of these out here in the front. It is a Monday morning, inauguration day. 31 degrees outside. The feels like temperature is a 20. And some of the plants became uncovered. The ones on the top stayed good though. I'm gonna get these recovered up. I got them recovered. I'll keep checking on them throughout the day. Tonight is when it's gonna get really cold. Tonight's when they're expecting the ice and slow wintry mix, all the things. Here's what it looks like this morning. It is Tuesday and it is 28 degrees. I've got some water issues. A little bit of a time last night with no electricity, or this morning, and I'm hopeful that it is just here at my water well and not frozen pipes. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's like really coming down now. It's cool. I know it's not cool for people up north. Y'all see snow and this kind of weather all the time, but here in Texas, it's probably been over 4 years since we've had any type of weather like this. This little piece right in here that doesn't make connection and causes the water well not to fill back up. So I got it going again. It's really snowing good now. Wow. A little cold. I gotta get back inside. Even more snow since the last time I was out here. Headed back over here to the water well to make a little insulation cover for it. That pressure switch. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Still quite a lot of accumulation. And when I say that, I mean for Texas. I realize this is nothing for a lot of you, and even other folks that are up north in Texas got way more snow in that than we did here. But it's a lot for us. It is now Wednesday, and things are melting and dripping. It's 38 degrees this morning. A little gushy and a little crunchy all at the same time. I don't think I ever shared with y'all the little cover that I made for the pressure switch box. Here it is. Nothing fancy, but it did its job. When we wrapped the water well, we made sure to keep the opening here so we could look at the gauge if we needed to. That is pretty important to be able to see. Still quite a bit of snow here in the shade up by the back of the house. The first clips of this video was me prepping my ribeyes for the week, and it's Wednesday, and I'm still at it. I got one ribeye left. These have come in so handy, having the potatoes already cooked in the fridge. Been heating them up for a minute in the microwave. Ribeyes cook in about 4 minutes, 2 minutes on each side or less, depending on your desired doneness. Super simple, easy, no muss and no fuss. Lunch, dinner. It's lunch for me today. Easy peasy. I love it. One of my favorite little meals. Significantly warmed up today. The inside of the house is 64 degrees. The past 2 days, it hasn't been warmer than 58 degrees in here. So we are warming up outside. That is a good thing. Made me a quick little supper. Ham sandwich and these fiery hot cheese balls from the Dollar Tree. How many of y'all like mayonnaise and mustard on your sandwiches? I do sometimes. It reminds me of my mom. She liked a little bit of both. And while I was at it, went ahead and packed me a sandwich for work tomorrow. Some chips or some of these little balls. I picked up this Armor cooked ham up at the Dollar General. $3.95 for a package. Probably gotten about 5 sandwiches out of it. Not too bad. I love me some Nature's Own honey wheat bread. And these are the little Brims fiery hot cheese balls. I shared them in a Dollar Tree haul. They are really good. I've just gotten off from work and decided I would stop off and get a little something for supper. Taco Bell, the Luxe box. So a couple of weeks ago, I downloaded the Taco Bell app. If you have a restaurant that you frequent or you go to at some interval, download their app. There's like deals on there. Like you can get some good stuff. Well, they had this Luxe box for $5. Like seriously, a whole meal for $5. You can't beat that. Alright, so you get, let's see, the 5-layer burrito, a crispy taco, and then the little churros. Can I see that? The little churros. $5. I couldn't believe it. A 5-layer burrito. I mean, it's not what I usually get because I usually get the burrito combo, or it's like a number 3 or something. It comes with a taco, a burrito supreme, a taco supreme, and a large Pepsi. But it's like $10, so why not do this for $5? You know what I mean? I mean, that's a pretty good sized burrito. And then the taco and the little soda. Can't beat it. I have been, you know, like when they say you can't go nowhere is like when you really want to go somewhere. And so for those days that we were kind of stuck at home and we couldn't leave, meaning that we couldn't leave because Texas is not set up for freezing snow and ice and all of that. Like we don't have salt trucks to, you know, to do the roads, and we don't have snow plows to do the roads. So when it's icy and the bridges are frozen with ice or snow or, you know, whatever it is, we can't go over them. We just can't. You're gonna spin out, you're gonna end up crashing. It's just a bad situation. So you're stuck. And then where I live at, honestly, the only way to get out of where I live is to go over a bridge, and the bridges were not passable during those days that we were having that, you know, snow and icy weather. And I said all that to say I've been craving something to, you know, sometimes you just want to eat out. Like you just want to eat out. And so I was like, you know, where can I eat out today? So Taco Bell. So I'm going to eat my burrito, and then I'm going to head to the house. Today for lunch, me and my granddaughter came back to a super yummy Mongolian stir fry. Here's her little bowl. And mine, this is so good. If you are local to me, I highly suggest this restaurant. You will love it if you like Mongolian. So good. Chit chat time. I think this week's vlog is pretty much just getting through the cold weather. Oh my goodness. Was so cold this past week. It's still cold, but it's not as cold as it was. Especially Tuesday and Wednesday was just frigid. I was actually at home for 5 days this week. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I never left the house. I never got in the car. The car didn't start for 5 days. I stayed in, and I'm not mad about it. I love being at home. How many of y'all like to be at home? Like, this is like my warm, cozy place. I love it. It's just me, and I'm just doing what I want to do, and it doesn't bother me to stay at home. 5 days, that's quite a few days. So, yeah, let's hop right into this little chit chat. So last week I shared with y'all in my weekly vlog that I had watched Mulan so that I could read a book, and I never shared with y'all the book. And that's exactly why I shared with y'all the movie, so that I could lead into the book. This is the book that I read, and it was really good. Feather and Flame. The emperor is dead. Now Mulan must lead China as the warrior empress. Very good book. This is like after the war, and Mulan is back with her family, basically living like day-to-day life. And y'all, if you like Disney and you like to read, these books, these Autumn Publishing books are so good. This one took me about a day and a half to read. Well, the author on these books is very good writer, and they hook you to the next chapter. And so, you know how you always say just one more chapter? It's hard to find a stopping point. So Sunday I started this, and I read till, I started like about 7 something, and I read till almost midnight. And then I finished it the next day. So good. It was hard to put down. There was very few chapters where you could say like, okay, I can put this down and do, you know, something. Other chapters, like, you just got to keep reading. I loved it. Very good book. Very, very good. Also, earlier in the week, I think on a Sunday, I shared with y'all an H-E-B haul. And I had brought in my grocery list because I was going to share my grocery list with y'all. And I didn't do that either. So here's the grocery list. I use the master grocery list. You can go online in your search bar and type in the master, just type in master grocery list, and this will pop up. This is probably the best one that I found that has the bulk of what I would shop for. And I enjoy it. It keeps me on track. I'm not going to say I don't add other things in the cart, because I don't just necessarily just shop off of the list, but I can keep up with the list all week, and then I'll have it when I get ready to go to the grocery store. And yeah, I don't think, just helps me not to forget anything, because inevitably, if I don't have it wrote down, I'm going to forget. So I'm going to try to remember to get back into this. I didn't do such a great job in 2024 as I have in years past, but I printed out some extra copies of this, and it also helps me. And I don't use the little check boxes. I just use a highlighter, and a hot pink highlighter probably would have been better because it stands out better. And then, of course, it gives you the little spaces where you can, like, write in if your thing is not on the list. Very good. I like that. I do. Also, what was it? Monday's video. What was Monday's video? The one where I was in the room, like, freezing, and you could, like, see my breath. Was it a Temu haul? Maybe? I don't know what my point was. Oh, like how cold it is in the house. So it stayed about 54 degrees, even with the heater going, which is fine. You know, I mean, it's cold. Don't get me wrong. 54 degrees is cold. But, you know, with sweatpants on and a sweatshirt and my, you know, socks and a pair of fuzzy house shoes. I wear these old things I've had forever, but they're good. They keep my feet really warm. And, you know, I can make it through a couple days. So I have a Dearborn gas heater. For starters, I have central heat and air, but my heat is electric, whereas gas heat, which is originally what was in this house when my grandparents were here, would heat the whole house, but the electric just can't quite get it. Like, it will just run and run and run, and while it's running, my electric bill is going higher and higher and higher, and the house just is not getting hot. So I have a Dearborn gas heater. So all the rooms on the north side of the house, which my bedroom's on the north side of the house, I shut all those doors. Okay, I'm back. So I went to go get something I'm going to share with y'all. So I shut all the rooms off on the north side of the house. And I just heat the kitchen, the dining room, the living room. And then I have a small space heater that I keep on low in the restroom. and it's also blocked off. So those 3 rooms, but they're big rooms, right? That heater just about can't keep up at the temperatures that we were. Like if the temperatures were a little bit higher, it's pretty good. But I ordered me a bigger heater. So the one I have is a Dearborn and is 1800 BTUs. I really didn't understand all that. I don't even know what made me decide to go on the internet and start looking. And I didn't realize that the BTU amount was per square foot. So I ordered me a 30,000 BTU gas heater. And so that's coming tomorrow. I think it's going to make a difference. Hopefully it makes a difference. I'm hopeful. So the house, on the north side of the house, we've redone all of the bedrooms. All the bedrooms, every room on the north side of the house has been remodeled, completely insulated and remodeled. Now the south side of the house is original sheetrock from when my grandparents lived here. So even with the 30,000 BTU gas heater, I'll still close off, you know, the north side of the house, but at least the south side of the house will be warmer for me, and that'll be great. But here's how I have been insulating or shutting off the doors. I just shut the doors, but I bought these little insulation packs from Temu 2 or 3 years ago. I don't want to open it because if I open it, I don't want it to get messed up because this is just an extra one. You see how it's got that little thin, like it's like a little thin foam, and it just slides right underneath your door, and you cut it to fit, you know, the width of the door. So this works great in the rooms, but some of the rooms, you know, when you got an old house, things aren't plumb and square, and you know, they're just not. It's just the reality. And so some of the doors, plus my grandparents had carpet in here to help keep the house warm, which it probably did really help, because you know, the house is on blocks, and so that cold air just comes up through the floor. So I'm sure the carpet was, you know, great. I was young back then. I remember my grandmother getting on to us, making us wear socks in the house because our feet were getting cold. I was young. It didn't matter to me. But now that I think back about it, it probably was good to have the floors carpeted. But immediately we pulled up all the carpet because we wanted the hardwoods. Anyway, so some of the doors, I say that because some of the doors have a large gap under them. And so I had to make this. I used duct tape, and I used foam board. I got a piece of foam board at the Dollar Tree, and I cut it the width, and so I stacked it up. So there's probably like 3 narrow strips of foam board under there, and then I taped it so this can go under the door and keep the cold air out. These work so good. This is just amazing how well this worked. So I've been doing this already for a couple of years. Now this past summer when my daughter was here, she found this in New England, which I had never heard of this, and I became interested in it because Anna over at Only in My Dreams, I'm sure everybody knows her, but if you don't know her, go check out Only in My Dreams. Anna, she does amazing videos. She uploads several times a day, and she is just awesome. But she shared one year her insulating some of her windows in her home. This isn't a thing here in Texas. I couldn't even find this to buy it at our local stores, but my daughter found it on clearance from winter last year, and she bought a bunch of them. She actually sent these home, and so I had them, and then when she got here, she helped. She didn't help. She did all the windows for me on the south side of the house because the windows on the north side of the house are newer windows. So, you know, the old windows, it's like 2 separate windows, and then there's 6 small glass panes in the top and then 6 glass panes in the bottom. So that is what is on the south side of the house. And so she insulated all those windows on the south side of the house with this stuff. And that is what has allowed me to be even warmer at 54 degrees in this house this year, because this has made a huge difference. I know some years it has gotten so cold that honestly, I just stayed on the couch covered up with an electric blanket for the day because it was that cold in this house. So this is what that tape, this window kit looks like. And you just measure the window from the top to the bottom. And then you take the double stick tape that comes with it and tape all the way around the window. And then you work this on to that tape. And then you use a blow dryer and it like shrink wraps to the window. Works out amazing. I'm so glad my daughter did that. And with the addition of the new heater, I think I'm going to be golden, you know, in a lot better position. It is supposed to get as cold, if not colder, than it did this past week in February. They're predicting it. So to build, that's why I went ahead and hopped on that heater. I ordered it through Home Depot, and I had a 15% off coupon off my total with Home Depot. And so if I use my credit card, so I did that, and yeah, it's going to be here. I didn't want to keep messing around with it, like trying to wait for them to get in stock. I just went ahead and ordered it online. So that is that. I also did a big girl thing. I got me a fast pass for Houston so I can drive through the tolls without messing up, because me and my niece one day we were talking, and we were supposed to stay down on the feeder, and I actually got up on the freeway and had to run through a toll. So now I have I got a little scanner for the car so I don't get a ticket next time for doing that. Anyway, I think that is it, guys. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed spending the week with me. Just wasn't a lot going on, you know, with the weather. We were all stuck inside. I hope everybody made it through good. Only the one little debacle with the water well not kicking on when it should have. Other than that, no other problems here, and we made it through good. I hope everybody else did too, and we'll be a little better prepared for the next event that's supposed to happen in February. I don't know. One other thing, I was thinking about talking about Anna over at Only in My Dreams. I just love her channel. I watch all her videos. She does like an evening chat with Anna. And I was like, you know what? I really enjoy that when she does that. She's just talking about random whatever. But I always listen in and listen to what she said. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder if that would be something that y'all would enjoy if I just chatted about something. Sometimes I have stuff to chat about. I don't know that I could do it every day like she does, but some days I could just like pop in and share a little something with y'all. Would y'all be interested in that? Let me know down in the comment section. I do want to definitely grow my channel this year. So if you could share my channel out, recommend my channel to, you know, your family, to your friends, share it out across your social media, I would appreciate it. Oh, today I was shopping in Clute, Texas at the Dollar Tree, and I got to meet a subscriber here to the channel. Her name was Shannon. So Shannon, it was a great opportunity to meet you. Thank you for coming up to me and introducing yourself. I love it when I get to meet some of you subscribers. So if you're local to me and you ever see me and you don't know me, you see me out and about, stop by and say hi. I enjoyed it. It was a great time getting to meet her today. So I appreciate that. That's it, guys. That is it for Chit Chat. That is it for this weekly's vlog. If you have enjoyed it, give me a huge thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. I would appreciate it. And I will see each of you in my next video. Bye, guys.